What's up, everybody? I'm BTrue, and today we're going to go over something that I get asked a lot in the comments to my videos, and that is, what should I do with my lineup, or how do I create a lineup, or this is my main, who should I build around them? So, obviously, lineup building is extremely important in this game. I'm just going to remove these guys real quick. So, your lineup is really, really important, the second most important thing to your power. Because even if you have a lot of power, if your lineup is lacking in something specific that you need, whether that's damage, healing, tankiness, crowd control, whatever, people who are close to your power, who have good lineups, will be able to beat you even if they're a lower level, lower power, just because they have a more balanced approach. So, first and foremost, obviously, you have to have your main character in the lineup. Now, you need to determine what exactly you're going for in your lineup. And you can go, there are a couple different things you can do. One, you can go for a blitz team, which is just straight damage with somebody who is going to start a combo right off the bat on the first round. And you want to try and kill one of their ninjas in the first round or two, right? So, if you were going to do something like that, you would use somebody like Kankuro, who has his puppet, right? And his puppet automatically starts the combo right off the bat. And then you would just load up a bunch of damage around him. Unless you have more, like a lot more power than everybody else in your server, I'm talking like at least 1,000, 2,000 more power. That generally is not the best strategy, because you're gonna come up against somebody who has a more balanced lineup, who will be able to just outlast you, right? So then you can go with like a crowd control lineup with the Fire Main, because Fire Main has a lot of crowd control as well. You can put in people like Ino, Itachi, Tsunade, because she's got Chaos. You can use people who have like a lot of acupuncture, like Hinata or Great Ninja War Neji or somebody like that. A lot of paralyzation, that kind of stuff, and just sort of like whittle them down. Now, what I find to be the best, right, is to go with a balanced approach, especially if you're just starting off and you're new to this lineup building. So, I'm using the Lightning Main right now. So, the Lightning Main has a lot of damage, okay? So, as a Lightning Main, you're going to want to find ways to, one, keep him alive so that he can do his damage, and then two, build things around him that are going to support the Lightning Main. Now, I'm going to do a real quick example of my current lineup, okay? So, my current lineup, I have Hidan, Death, Possession, Blood. So, Cursed Hidan, he has more damage than you're going to need. He is all the damage that you need in your lineup. If you have a ninja like this, right? Someone who is just straight damage, AoE damage, can do a ton of damage to their entire team all at the same time. So, if I want to put Hidan into my lineup, I no longer need the Lightning Main's damage. I don't need his damage at all. I don't need damage from anybody else. Hidan is enough damage by himself. So what I would want to do then is I would want to load this team up with support people who are going to help him do his damage. So what I did for the Lightning Main is I use Calm Mind instead of a basic attack, because I don't need his basic attack anymore. So I use this. This helps you heal your Lightning Main, and it gives you 20 extra points. And I use that because I use Lightning Ceiling Slash. So I can cancel somebody's attack in the first round. Then I use Calm Mind, I get 20 chakra back, and then he uses his Mystery. And then that's how I do all of my damage right there. So I turn my Lightning Main more into a healer. And then I use his... So I use his Root of the Warrior and then Anbu Special Assault Tactics. This is just to kind of keep Hidan from being crowd controlled. And then also, this is to give him lifesteal. So that's like my support Lightning Main. Then I use Darui, because Darui, one, he buffs Lightning Main and himself with his barrier. And he also causes a ton of paralysis. He's got a chase that causes paralysis to 3 people, and he has a mystery that causes paralysis to up to 7 people. So I use Darui because whenever the chain starts, so Darui can start a chase combo. Hidan has a 10 combo, or his chase causes 10 combo, and then Darui has a combo that's triggered with 10 combo. So then he causes paralysis, and that's just a way to stop their chase for like the first 2 or 3 turns. Darui can basically keep their team paralyzed, which is really important. They can't do any chases. They lose out a lot of damage in those first couple rounds, which is normally enough for Hidan to kill people. And then from here, I use Kabuto. One, because I've got Kabuto at 4 stars, and he's one of the best healers in the game because he's able to heal 2 people, and he heals himself a ton because he doubles the healing effect on himself. Then he also is able to summon the clones, and the clones pop up in this front line here. So then what happens is they become like pseudo tanks because they are absorbing basic attacks from this line. So they're taking basic attacks from the enemy that they're wasting on these clones. So Kabuto adds healing and a little bit of tankiness in the form of summoning the dead souls in front of this front line. Okay, so he's got tankiness and healing. Darui has damage, which we don't really need that much, but he's got a lot of crowd control in his paralysis. Okay, we've got healing to himself, and then like the Sage mode sort of thing where Lightning Mane is generating more chakra. And then he also has lifesteal and immunity to crowd control for these 3 ninja right here, because they're all sword ninja. So we've got support with healing through lifesteal, healing plus tankiness, and then crowd control plus damage, and then straight damage, right? So you got plenty of damage between these 2 ninja, and then you've got healing plus extra chakra, healing plus tankiness, crowd control, right? So that's what you look for in a great lineup. So let's go with a more of a free-to-play lineup. Okay. So you've got Lightning Mane. Lightning Mane does a lot of damage. Now, for a Blitz team, you'd probably want to use Lightning Armor, but for a more balanced team, you want to use Chidori Shadow Blade and then Lightning Assassination Sword. So from here, we know that we've got a lot of damage. So what can we do to benefit the Lightning Mane? All right, well, we know that we have we have the ability to make our ninja immune to crowd control with Root of Warrior, which is really, really strong, and is up to for sword bearing ninja. So for sword bearing ninja, so you're gonna want some sort of a tank in the front, right? Well, Kimimaro is a very good tank, especially once he gets to 3-star, and he's a sword bearing ninja, which means we can make him immune to debuffs for the first 2 rounds and increase his resistance. So okay. So he works well with the Lightning Mane, right? So now we have tankiness and damage. So he's sort of like an attack tank. He does a lot of damage by himself. So we've got all the damage we need with these 2 ninja right here, okay? We've got tankiness. Now, we're going to want some sort of healing. What is the best healing that you can get with Kimimaro? Now, Kabuto synergizes the best. Synergize meaning, you know, they work together the best. Because he, before his each operation, he causes a little bit of damage, like 1 damage to everybody, which increases Kimimaru's defense and resistance each time he does that. So not only every time he gets attacked from the enemy, but then every time Kabuto heals him, he gets extra defense and resistance. So Kabuto is your best option when you have Kimimaru in the lineup. You could also go with Tsunade, because Tsunade also heals 2 ninja. She's a very good healer. Kabuto's a very good healer. Those are the 2 that you should probably stick with for right now. So I'm going to use Kabuto because Kabuto synergizes a little bit better with Kimimaro. Plus, again, I've got Kabuto at 4-star because of Survival Tribal. Okay. So now we've got healing and a little bit of pseudo tankiness with the clones. We've got tankiness and damage, super tank plus damage, and we've got tons of damage, a little bit of crowd control with his paralysis. So last thing we want now, for me, I would be looking for more crowd control. Okay, so either crowd control or debuffs. Like, those are the 2 things that I'd be focusing for here. So I could look for somebody who has an interrupt, like Guy, and Guy would add more lifesteal to this team, which would be, I mean, pretty good. So if you put Guy in, you could even switch from your lifesteal to enhancement of Lightning Ninja, which would then enhance Guy and then these 2 ninja as well. You could go with Darui. Although Darui, he's more damage than crowd control. You can get better crowd control. I think that's a little overkill on the damage there. You could go with somebody like Tsunade, who has a little bit of crowd control, and then just add even more healing onto this team and just let these two do all the damage. Let Tsunade and Kabuto just completely heal your team back up the whole time. So that's pretty good. You could put Neji or Hinata in for their acupuncture, which would be really good in order to, especially if you had Great Ninja War Neji, because then you can acupuncture with your mystery and your chase. That would be a really good strategy right there. Put in like Great Ninja War Neji there, or put Hinata in because she chases repulse, he causes repulse. She acupuncture to cancel their mystery skills, that kind of stuff. And by the way, I haven't talked about chases yet. For the most part, once you get all the summons, you can get a decently good chase going on. I personally do not focus on the chase as much as I focus on the team composition, because having a long chase is great, but again, if you don't have a balanced team, that chase doesn't really mean anything because it's only a little bit of extra damage, you know? Unless you're causing like really good crowd control status effects with that chase, it's not going to be as beneficial as putting more crowd control in. So I worry about the chase last and worry about putting in the specific parts that I need first. Now, I might be biased because I love Itachi, but if you put Itachi into this lineup, okay, one, I got him 4-star, which is always helpful, but two, by putting in Itachi, right, we get crowd control through his sleeping. Okay, so he puts one enemy to sleep, and then if you make him go last, he'll put them to sleep and they'll stay asleep for the next round. You have pseudo tankiness in the fact that he can evade attacks through his Crow clone, right? So he's got a chance to evade attacks. He's immune to all debuffs, which is just, you know, already strong as it is, and he chases high float and causes ignition for 3 rounds. So he's got a 3-round ignition debuff. He's got crowd control where he can put people to sleep, and he's got pseudo tankiness because he can evade attacks. And then you've got Kabuto, who will summon clones in front of him for more pseudo-tankiness. So you got debuffs, debuff and crowd control, healing and pseudo-tankiness, tankiness and damage, straight damage with a little bit of crowd control, and some healing to the whole team through the lifesteal. So that's sort of what you're looking to do when you're making your lineup. You have to decide what you want your lineup to do, and then you've got to fill it out based on those needs. You have to start by knowing what your main guy is good at and what you want them to focus on, and then build around there. If you've got plenty of damage with the fire main, with the lightning main, then you just build tankiness, healing, debuff, and crowd control around him. Fire main has a lot of crowd control and some damage, so you can just build healing and even more crowd control and just, like, you know, crowd control the entire enemy team, which is a huge pain in the ass, and that around him. So the water main has, you know, like the whole chaos build, or she can be the healer of the team, and then you can just put damage and tankiness and crowd control around her. Wind main has a lot of damage. Earth main, he's the tank, and then you just build damage and healing and crowd control around him. So you got a lot of different options of what you can do, and based on the ninja that you have, you can sort of fill out this team. And like I said, the chase does not matter as much, guys. You seriously want to focus more on having a well-balanced team that can do a little bit of everything in order to keep you alive, keep your ninja kicking, crowd control the enemy so that they can't constantly have these long-ass chases and do a bunch of damage to you, that sort of stuff. So anyway, guys, I hope this helps you sort of get an understanding of how to build your lineup and what the best way to build your lineup is in order to succeed in this game, because a lot of people are asking me, and this is the way that you have to think in order to create your own lineups. So, like I said, I hope this helps. Please leave a comment down below and like the video if you did enjoy it, or if this helps you out. If you have any more questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Please subscribe to my channel in order to stay up to date with my future videos so I can help you dominate your server. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate every single one of you guys coming by and watching this video. That's going to be it from me, guys. Everybody, please have a great day, and peace.